By now, I'm sure we've all seen those very beautiful aesthetic desk setup videos. Some can be so unique that they actually have literal custom pieces just for their desk, and others could be so special that it could bring inner peace. And like many of you, I've been inspired to create my own desk setup in the past. I've tried to do this one way or another, but could never quite get it to that level. Hi everyone, if you're new to my channel, my name is Paula, and today I want to give you all a very detailed tour of my desk setup so far. So today we're actually sitting in our upstairs bedroom, and this is technically my secondary desk, but this is most likely where I'm going to be creating more of a game slash workspace because this is where I have been streaming my gaming. If you guys have seen me in my previous videos, I have briefly mentioned that before, that I have started this desk setup, and we've always wanted to design it up here in this bedroom. However, it involved us rearranging this room to be able to fit everything. My intention is to take you guys along when I do upgrade it in the future, little by little. So let's get started. Okay, so I figured it would be easiest for me to just kind of talk you through everything and show you what we have. Starting with the biggest piece. So this is the flexispot E7 desk. It is a standing desk and the dimensions are 55 inches by 28 inches. So it's a nice kind of like medium-sized desk for me. I obviously chose it in the finish white. It does the job. This was actually kindly sent by flexispot to Brian. So we've had this for a couple months already, and we have swapped it out with the wooden one that I had before, which was from Uplift. You guys may have seen it in a couple of my last videos, kind of as a backdrop to whenever I do my product shots. For this build, I went with a mostly standard white and black theme going on, not really on purpose, but I do like having white as kind of my main build. However, as you can see, most of my hardware turned out to be black, so now I'm going off of like a white and black theme. I just think it looks cleaner. It's simplest for my brain to organize. Next, we have my PC, which is actually behind my monitor. That PC was the first one that I've ever built. If you want a more detailed video of all the parts that we picked for that PC, go ahead and head over to Brian's channel. I will link his video down below where he went over everything we did for the PC build. So far, I've been happy with it, not having any problems. I'm mostly using it for gaming, and I haven't run into any memory issues or performance issues. So for what it is right now, for my first one, I think it's pretty good for a mid-tier PC build. Now, my main monitor here is the Samsung 27-inch. It is a 165 Hz 1440p IP monitor. This monitor has been really great for gaming and doing most creative work. So if I were to edit on this monitor, it would also have pretty decent color correction since it has sRGB mode. For my vertical monitor, I have the 24-inch Dell monitor. It's just something that we picked up for the sole purpose of having a secondary monitor so that I can look at my chats while I'm streaming. So this was just something that we picked up for $100 and it's not too bad. It does the job. Next up, I have the Belkin Thunderbolt 4 dock. It can do dual screens and plug in peripherals, but the only problem that I'm running into with that is my MacBook. But I think it's more of an Apple product problem. Something about its compatibility, it doesn't want to connect to both screens. Because MacBook doesn't support dual HDMI, I'm only able to mirror both of these monitors, which is obviously not what I want. I want it to be extended. The only solution that we could think of is to use the other USB-C port and maybe get a USB-C HDMI adapter, but I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not really sure if it will work. But for now, I can do with just working with one monitor and just ignoring the other since it's just going to be mirroring the same anyway. For my keyboard, I have the HyperX Alloy Origins 65% compact wireless keyboard. Boy, that's a mouthful. It's my very first mechanical keyboard. For what it is, it's pretty decent for my use. I know there's lots of other ways for you to really customize your keyboards. For me personally, this has done a decent job. I would say the only thing that I would prefer is to make it a little bit more lower profile, because something about how I type, I sometimes feel like I'm not pressing hard enough. If I were to go down that rabbit hole in the future, it would be something along the lines of either upgrading this keyboard to something totally different or maybe even switching out the keys. I'll let you guys know if you ever venture that route. For my mouse, I'm using the Lamzu Atlantis mini wireless mouse. It's been really great, really easy to use. I love how super light it is. At first I was worried that it was going to be a little too fragile for me because it literally is virtually weightless. This has been the lightest mouse that I've ever used by far. Now that I've gotten used to using the Lamzu, going back to my normal work computer downstairs, I'm using the Logitech MX mouse. I'll put the exact model in the screen somewhere. And that one now seemed too heavy for me, so that was a pleasant surprise with using this. And I guess now I have a newfound appreciation for gaming mice. Of course, for my headset, you guys know I have the Logitech Pro X2 Lightspeed headsets, which I did do a full video on previously on the channel if you guys want to check that out. Along with that, I have the Blue Yeti microphone, which is my main microphone source for my PC. And lastly, for my hardware, I have the Razer Kiyo Pro for the webcam. Cool thing about this is that it's usually sold for about $200 because it has a Sony sensor, but it frequently does go on sale for $99, which is the price that I got it at, and it does fairly well for a webcam with low light performance. Speaking of low light, I do have two main sources of lighting on my desk setup, and that is the Elgato Key Light Air LED panels. And what I do is I just point it up to the wall so that the light bounces back and illuminates my face without blinding me, as opposed to having it face directly to my face, which is gonna make it hard for me to see. Some miscellaneous accessories that I use on my desk. I have my laptop stand, which is a purchase from Amazon. Again, I will link everything in the description down below. And this one's nice because it is adjustable, and I got this in this graphite color, and I love that it has rubberized feet so that my laptop can really stay in place. I have two main mounts on my setup. One of them is holding up my Blue Yeti microphone, and that was a purchase from Amazon as well. And I have another mount that's holding up both of my dual monitors, and that is a purchase from Best Buy. My headset stand is from IKEA. It comes in black or white. What's nice is that it's really inexpensive and it's sturdy enough for what I need it for. Not super flimsy as it is made of metal. So I've been really liking this headset stand as it doesn't take up that much space as well. I have the Sonos Roam, which are my wireless Bluetooth speakers that is typically in my downstairs office. But for times that I am not streaming and I still want to play video games without wearing my headset, I just connect my Sonos Roam via Bluetooth, and now I have speakers for my upstairs desk setup. And finally, for the last accessory, if you want to call it that, very item that I'm sitting on right now, and this is the flexispot OC6 mesh chair. It's been a really nice change apart from the other gaming chairs that we have around the house. Sometimes the simpler is better. It is a mesh chair as opposed to fancy leather chairs, which is what our other chairs have been in the past. So there's a lot less weight to it, but it still gives you really great quality. Not to mention it is an ergonomic chair as well. I haven't had it for very long, but so far we've been really happy with it. So as you all can see, it is still very much a work in progress. I debated waiting on more lights to kind of make this more colorful, but I don't really have an idea of what to do yet. There is a lot of empty space above my monitors, and I was debating on adding either shelving up there or just something to kind of make it a bit more personalized for me. But in the meantime, it has been very functional for what I need it to be. And honestly, it can get very hard to feel pressured to make it so special when everything is meeting your needs already. But I do plan on giving you guys updates whenever we do make significant upgrades to the desk setup, so keep an eye out for those. That is all from me today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below, and of course subscribe to the channel for more tech and gear related videos. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.